Kia ora. Welcome to another episode from Finding Your Light Within, the channel dedicated to helping you find your true purpose in life. Today, I want to talk about your life force. So let's get into it. But there's another element, isn't there? There's that inside spirit. You have to be the genuine, authentic person. Super excited, and I'd feel it inside of me, bursting with excitement, wisdom. Not just for me, you've got it as well. If you are new here, remember to click on that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get alerted to notifications, hit the like, and also drop me a comment. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover, if you've got any questions you'd like me to answer for you about your own life and your own purpose and where you're going, any improvements I can make, I'd love to hear from you. So let's get on with today, life force. A couple of years ago, I came up with this idea of life force from watching nature, particularly from my time that I spent in Costa Rica scuba diving, being under the ocean, being in very close contact and close proximity with lots of different types of life. I was on the Pacific side of Costa Rica, and it was very life abundant in the oceans and on the land as well. And from just having the time to contemplate life and to reflect upon my own life journey and my own story, I started to come up with this idea of life force, this guiding force that all of us possess, and that is the direction in which we need to focus our energy and our intent. So what do I mean by life force? I think the easiest way to explain it is with an example. So think about an acorn. An acorn, I don't know, it's about the size of the top of my thumb there, right? That acorn becomes a mighty oak tree after about 50 or 60 years or something like that. How does the acorn, this little thing, how does it know to grow into a tree? Who tells it? It's not like somebody walks up to it and says, "Hey, little acorn buddy, look at this picture of this tree, this mighty oak tree growing. This is what you need to become. This is the direction for you." Nobody can do that for the acorn. It doesn't need it. Seeds and acorns and trees and things have been growing before people even arrived. They've always known what to do. It's genetically programmed. It's in their code. It's their DNA, right? They know it. They know what's right for them. They know what they need to do. And I believe that's the same for us too. Within us, we have our own purpose. We have our own direction in which we need to grow. And we too are life. So we say, oh, we need to go into nature, or, look at the wildlife, or look at the life over here. It's easy to forget that humans too are living organisms of this planet. We're not outside of it. We're part of the whole. We're part of that one. And so we must also possess that same basic principle, that same purpose of life. We must know where to go. So we have a life force that drives us forward too. And so it's our job to discover what that is so that we can live the most fulfilling life possible. That's what your life force is. So why must you follow your life force? Well, because it's your true calling. Your life force is your destiny. It's your way to discover the authentic and true you. It's your way to find your own light within. It is your light. It's the path in which you need to go to achieve your truth. Your life force is your true nature. It is your light within. This is the direction you need to go to be the best version of you. That acorn seed knows exactly what it is and what it needs to become. That same concept applies to us as well, to me and to you. The acorn doesn't try to become anything other than the oak tree it was always meant to become. It's always destined to become that oak tree. It doesn't try to do something different. that same principle applies to each of us. We have to become our true calling. It's programmed within us. The way in which we grow and the conditions for growing can affect us. Just like you imagine that acorn. If it doesn't get enough water and it doesn't get enough nourishment from the soil and sunlight, it won't grow as well as it could have done. And the same applies to people too, to humans. But we have something else that's unique, something that's slightly different, and that's the concept of love. And that's something that I want to talk about and talk to in a different video, because I think that's a much larger concept than just a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes here. But the acorn possesses inside of it what it needs to do and what it needs to become to be the true self that it's going to be. And we have that too. Let me be really clear about this. Your life force is your true calling. It is your purpose in life. It is the way in which you need to grow to fulfill your potential and to become the best version of you. It is your truth. So why must you follow your life force? Why is that so important? Well, ultimately, you want to grow and to become the best person that you can possibly be. That's intrinsically written within our DNA and our coding. But it's more than that. When you follow your life force, you will live a life of peace and harmony, a life that's in sync and that resonates with your own internal energy. You'll smile a lot more. I've spoken about this in another video. You'll smile. You'll just have these moments where you feel this abundance of love. I don't know how else to describe it. When you're feeling and you're following your life force, you have these moments where everything comes together to leave you feeling as if you're in a cocoon of love. I think that's the best way that I can express that. When you follow your life force, you will begin to have new experiences. It will take you on a journey. And when you go on that journey and you have those experiences, you will learn. And as we learn, then we begin to grow. We evolve our thinking. We evolve our spirituality. And that's what I believe we must do. That's what we're here for, to evolve. We grow physically, and we need to grow mentally and to grow spiritually. And as we grow, so if you imagine an acorn, it starts off small, and we don't say it doesn't just grow. It's not the acorn that grows. It evolves. It evolves into that tree, into that mighty oak tree in the forest. And we have to grow ourselves. So you follow your life force, you'll grow in the right direction, and you will begin to evolve into the person who you are always meant to be, into your ultimate form. And that, I don't know about you, but that for me is a fundamentally beautiful concept, that you have the ability to become the person and the form that you are always destined to be. Wow. You will become the embodiment of love. You will become the embodiment of light. You will feel it. And I'm not saying this stuff because I'm making it up. It's not some theory. This is my life. I'll live it. I live it and I feel this stuff. And it's from living it and feeling it that I've created this thinking. And I've written it down. And so now I'm sharing it. I'm trying to share it because I think there's value in sharing this with people. Because it seems so fundamentally true to me. It seems so obvious. It just seems so obvious that we must become the best versions of ourselves. And life is complicated. And there's so many things that will stop that from happening. So we must find our life force that's in us. We must understand what that is and that direction, and we must continue to push forward in that direction, on that journey. That's the way. So that is the reason why you must follow it. Once you know it, you've got to follow it. Why wouldn't you want to follow it? Why wouldn't you want to become the best version of yourself, to become your true self, to evolve your spirit? So now you know what a life force is and that you possess one. Everybody's got one. Of course they do, because everybody's a living being. Every living thing has this life force within it. Ultimately, life always wants to evolve and to become something more, something better. That's the purpose of life, ultimately. That's our journey. That's what we have to do. We have to answer that calling. So how do you find what your life force is? You need to listen to your intuition. You need to have those quiet moments when you hear that voice that says, this is right for you. This is the direction for you. You have to pay attention to your most wildest dreams, whatever extravagances they may be. If they are genuine and they connect to your inner being and they give you a quickening of the pulse and a racing of your heart, then that is your direction. That's where you need to put your life force. That's where you need to go. Those things that you do that bring a very deep sense of profound joy when you're doing them. Those things that you do when you lose yourself in them, when hours have passed by without you even realizing. Those are the directions you need to go in. That's the way that will lead you to your life force. That is your life force, actually. That's telling you this is right for me. This connects deeply with me. This is me. This is who I am. These things are who you are. Those things that you do that resonate deeply with your soul. That's your life journey. That's your life force direction. That's your life force calling to you, saying, yes, yes, this is me. This is my truth. This is who I am. Do more of that. I've just remembered a line from The Return of the King, from the Lord of the Rings movies. And Elrond says to Aragorn, put away the ranger, become the man you were born to be. That's what we each need to do. We need to put away the thing that we're trying to be and to become the person we were born to be. In other words, we need to follow our life force. We need to understand it and we need to go in that direction to become the people we were really always meant to be. That's your job. It's your destiny. It's what you're here for. Hey, thanks for watching and listening. If you like what you heard, please remember to hit that subscribe button, click on the bell, give a like to the video, and do remember to drop me a comment. I love to hear what you think and what experiences you've had. If you've heard of life force before and you understand the concept, or maybe you don't, let me know if you don't and what it is you'd like to know. So you can subscribe here and watch these videos here. And until the next time, keep finding your light within. Goodbye.